So, lads, today I'm sorry, not the greatest quality. Sound hopefully is okay, but I am currently in bed, don't have my microphone, don't have any setups. I'm just going to be talking into my laptop right now, and this is about something that I saw earlier. Well, not even earlier today, like 35 minutes ago, and I'm going to talk a little more tomorrow about the fact that I fully believe Napheesa Collier wants a lockout, or maybe that's going too far to say she wants a lockout, but is not going to, but like either is going to be on the side of either the WNBA PA or players get everything they want or a lockout. Like she would be one of the players with the quickest trigger at a lockout because she gains the most. Her and Stewie are the only two players that undeniably gain from a lockout. But it's awkward while the two players that gain from a lockout are the people negotiating, but we'll talk about that in another video. And if you guys agree with the point that I'm overall in this video, subscribe. We are trying to hit 58,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Do I think we'll hit it? No, but you just never know. We might. We've got like 2 weeks to hit 600 subscribers. We used to do that in a day, but we hit one. Let's go. Basically, Stewie Fee cancelled the meeting with Cathy Engelbert. And by the way, like, regardless of how you feel about someone as a person, a VP of a players association and the commissioner, like, people are like, oh, like she says the relationship's beyond repair. That doesn't matter. That shouldn't matter in this scenario. Like, it shouldn't matter if these people like each other. The thing is that for the season to happen, these people have to speak. And if you're not speaking, if one side's not is refusing to engage with the other side, that side is trying to make sure the league doesn't happen. Let's be real. Let's be real. If one side is not engaging, not even engaging with the other side, then that side is completely fine with the entire relationship going and the league being gone. Like that's my take of it all. I could be wrong. And up to this point, like, I've been incredibly positive on Fia. I think she's the best player in the world. As a personality wise, she's nearly impossible to like. Or to dislike, sorry, Jesus. Nearly impossible to dislike. I've never not been on Fia's side, but the last week it does seem very, very much like she is trying to basically make it so that either the players get everything they want. By the way, her ideal situation is that the players get paid, they get the revenue split they want, and they allow unrivaled. There is no scenario that happens. If the players get what they want, unrivaled they will not be allowed to play in unrivaled. Napheesa Collier is one of the only players that loses in that outcome. She is. Her and Stewie are the only two players that lose if the players get the revenue split they want, which again becomes nearly impossible to do because of the fact that they only own 42% of the league. But let's just say the players they may not get the revenue split, but there's some way when it comes to salaries of they get, like, I don't know, let's just say an 8 times increase or 10 times increase in salary. Their salaries get 10x'd and they're allowed to renegotiate their salaries instead of it being like, their salaries are bumped by a set amount every year, not based on revenue. If it's based on a set amount, let's just say it's based on a set amount every year for 3 years, but every third year they were allowed to renegotiate the base salary. Something like that. Like, I think something like that could be possible. But the only way that happens, anything even close to what the players want happens, is if unrivaled doesn't happen. And that benefits 100 and, I'm trying to even think. Let's just say there's 12 players on each team. There's 15 teams. So that's 180 players. So it benefits 178 players. It's just unfortunate that the two of the 180 players are, where did I get 100? Yeah. The two of them are involved in these talks. And you can see right here, Engelbert assertion in Friday's news conference that Collier's depiction was a private conversation between them was filled with inaccuracies, pretty much pushed the relationship beyond repair. That doesn't matter. That shouldn't matter in this scenario. This is a business meeting between two people. One person aired a private conversation, another person denied it. At the end of the day, this is a business meeting. It is irrelevant. It is absolutely irrelevant. Like, and by the way, like Fee cancelling the meeting, and it says here obviously that Fee previously texted Engelbert saying she was open to a meeting next week to discuss the criticism of Engelbert and the league at her news conference. At the end of the day, Fee is a VP and Fee is an owner of a rival league. Those two things are conflicts of interest. And it's clear that, like, the players will take Fee's side. Fee could literally say, I quit. I quit. Are you coming with me? I quit, or I'm retiring from the WNBA to play in Unrivaled. Like, I mean this, if Unrivaled said players have to choose between Unrivaled and the WNBA, people would still take Fee's side. But that's the thing where it's like, I much prefer Fee as a person to Cathy Engelbert. I think Cathy Engelbert is more wrong in nearly every situation of Napheesa Collier. But just because I like Fee doesn't mean that this every time we hear her speak about the CBA, it doesn't come from a perspective. It doesn't sound like a person who is pushing for a lockout. And I could be wrong. But everything that we're hearing from Napheesa Collier sounds like she is pushing for a lockout. And it's been everything we've heard from her and Stewie. Her and Stewie seem to be the way they're speaking, they are the two that seem to be the most pushing back no matter what against the WNBA. They're using their league as leverage, which is something that they can use, but it shouldn't be these two players. Like, there are plenty of other players involved in Unrivaled that are at these meetings. They should be the ones using Unrivaled as leverage, because they're like, oh, we can go and play in this. Not, we run this league. If this league stops, we make money. There is a huge conflict of interest here, and I find it hard to, in all of these things, I find it hard to believe the Fee is arguing in good faith. And we're seeing this right now when they won't even speak because, it pushed their relationship beyond repair. It doesn't matter if their relationship is beyond repair. You have to speak. Like, in this scenario, the only way the season happens is if the people that are high up on the WNBPA are in conversation with Cathy and the owners. And if you're just, because you're pissed off of being called a liar, and look, we don't know who's telling the truth. We absolutely don't know who's telling the truth between Fee and Cathy. Who's more likely to be telling the truth? I actually don't know. I have no doubt that the conversation happened. I have no doubt that Cathy Engelbert talked shit about the players. I have no doubt about that. There's probably specifics the Fee got wrong in terms of slight misquotes. Is there a good chance? Yeah. Is there a good chance Cathy even implied some of the stuff that she didn't directly quote? And she's saying that that's where the inaccuracies are. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But unless Fee has a literal recording and every single word is fact, then Cathy trying to deflect is technically true. And either way, the fact that Fee came out as well and said that she never told Cathy the meeting was cancelled. She literally went to the media to say the meeting was cancelled. So Cathy Engelbert is finding out at the same time as we're finding out that this meeting is cancelled. It's ridiculous. She went to ESPN. ESPN broke that this meeting was cancelled. So not a behind the scenes thing, not Fee calling Cathy and being like, okay, yeah, after what you said, I'm not having a meeting. No, she went to ESPN and made it news. It seems like she's trying to get a lockout. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like for me. And that's not, by the way, that is absolutely not me saying. People are that she's not doing things in the best interest of the players. For all we know, a WNBA lockout could lead to investment that gets the players, that gets 100 and whatever, 80 players into Unrivaled and makes Unrivaled a much bigger and more beneficial league for the players. Like, there's absolutely no question about that. I'm not trying to make the argument she doesn't care about the players. I'm making the argument she doesn't give a fuck about the WNBA. That is what from everything we've seen, that is what I've taken from it. I could be very wrong. I could be very wrong. And I don't know Napheesa Collier. I don't necessarily want to know these players. I like being able to speak on things based on assumptions that we see, because I think it's harder to give your true opinions if you know these people. So yeah, anyway, that's the video. I'll see you guys.